you should know her name. Too focused, she focused on her. Girl, you should know her name. Up late, grinding hard, she's a star. It's Paris, Miss Williams. It's Paris, Miss Williams. It's Paris, Miss Williams. Don't you know Miss Williams? It's Paris, Miss Williams. It's Paris, Miss Williams. It's Paris, Miss Williams. Don't you know she's telling you will heal my body, only soothe my body. All in the soap, all in the soap. Give me one of these. It's Paris, Miss Williams. It's Paris, Miss Williams. It's Paris, Miss Williams. It's Paris, Miss Williams.
All right, peace and blessings, abundant risings, abundant day. Excuse me, I'm so used to saying abundant risings because I do things in the rising time. But today is going to be a little different. So let's just run through the advertisement. This is Brother King Simon. This is all his books, and he has more books coming out in 2025. Please go check him out. He is on Amazon, or this is his link tree as well. So you could go check out Brother King Simon. I believe he has something going on right now as far as his sale, as far as like all the books in one. So go just check him out. Okay. We also have a masterclass coming up January 18th, 2025. I would like to lock in a good 25 heads. We are at, I believe, 15. I believe. I'm not sure, but I would like to lock in a good 25. So I know that the holidays is kicking all of our asses. Christmas is over. All right. If you're Spanish, you know, we got another Christmas coming up, Three Kings. But after that, I would love for you guys to actually tap in and participate in this masterclass. Okay, this is going to be one of many. This is my website, okay, Improve Your Skincare. You can use this QR code to go straight to my website, and it gets straight to business. You can also use this QR code to get a reading, all right? Yearly readings are something that everybody's getting right now, the yearly forecast. So hop up on it, really good price. This is the Patreon, okay, like I spoke about earlier. This Patreon has done so much. We have grown so much for the year, and I'm so excited to see what 2025 has for Patreon. This is my Udemy courses. I have 2 courses on Udemy. Okay, Teach Yourself How to Tarot, Complete Guide to Tarot Reading, and then we also have here Tarot and Tea Mastering Reversals Tarot Readings. Okay, so go check those out. This is my soap, my vegan soap. I've been making soap for 7 years. Okay, so that's just it. This is my book. Okay, this is the 4th ebook, but I actually am selling them for physical copies. Amazon still has it out of stock, so I'm trusting that before the year is over, that it will be up on Amazon. I will definitely let you guys know when it's up and ready. Okay, so. But you can still get the ebook on my website. But I would rather you guys get the physical copy, to be honest. Okay, so just wait for the physical copy. We have Sacred Release, Letting Go of Trauma, Resentment, and Karmic Bonds, featuring Reiki and Sound Healing. That's happening 12/29/24. So definitely tap in. This is going to be amazing. So get it together. We also have on the 28th, which is, I believe, Saturday. We're going to be doing the vision board workshop. We're going to be using Canva. All right. So I highly recommend that you guys tap in, get the Canva app, so we could be able to do this collectively together. All right. And this is a big thing right here. January 25th, 2025, 2 to 7 p.m. I'll be doing a book signing, all right, for my book. I also will be doing readings if you would like to get a personal reading in person. I'll have items and more, all right. We'll be available at the New Black Wall Street, okay, 8109 Mall Parkway, Stonecrest City, Georgia. Yes, I will be in Atlanta doing my book signing here. Okay, and here I go. What's up, you guys? I'm here again. So I was reading this. I'm we're reading this book on Patreon. We're not as consistent with the book club, but I'll definitely be more consistent with the book clubs in 2025. And so the book that we're reading, and a lot of you guys know I'm always bringing this book, the 𝕬𝖆𝖗𝖏, one of the Patreon sisters, the 12 Universal Law of Success. Okay. I've been reading this book since I was, I think, like 19. This is not the original book that I had, but I had to get the physical copy. And so the very, very first rule is get away from the crowd at the bottom, right? So this is very interesting because when you know the truth about a success, when you decide that, you want to walk this path of like, okay, I want to get into my career, usually I would say this happens to people that has a purpose. You're not saying not everybody has a purpose. Talk about like a bigger purpose, something here that goes outside the norm, taboo jobs, right? This law will be something here that will really have you on your toenails. Okay. Oh, I love it. So yes, 12 Universal Law. This is the book. So let's just read this real quick. I have it also on there. It says, one of the most difficult steps you will face on your success journey is getting away from the crowd at the bottom. There are many unsuccessful, mediocre people who have failed to recognize or act on their true potential. If you constantly associate with them, your success journey will be short-lived. You must clear the deck to make room for new associations, which will complement and enhance your success efforts. Once you break away from the mediocre crowd, accept the temporary state of lowliness and prepare yourself for success. Before we get into some of the main key steps that I have gotten from this book, I would love to say how many of us have felt like you needed to kind of let go, release in 2024 some things that people, or maybe things too, that you felt was holding you back, right? If this was toxic people, maybe toxic habits, toxic ways, but we're talking about people. All right. So how many of us personally had to go through that experience? Okay, I can't take you with me. This is not serving me no more, et cetera, et cetera. I know I have. And so one thing it says about this one rule, it says mediocre. It says mediocre. And mediocre just means people that are at the surface, right? They're at the surface. And it says here, you must clearly, it says, if you constantly associate with them, your success journey will be short-lived. It's similar to like when you have a gift, right? And you have a gift, but you're not using this gift. And so what happens is that your gift will be short-lived, right? Because you're not using your gifts. You're not using what Spirit God has given to you so you could be able to grow, to evolve. Similar to like your success, right? It is a gift. It's something here that you are being inherited with. And so if you keep on surrounding yourself with people that are mediocre, then you will have a short-lived success. Let me just look up what does mediocre mean so we can move forward. Definition of mediocre. Okay. Mediocre, of only moderate quality, not very good. That's just what it means. It's not very good. People that are not really good for you, right? Once again, like I said, toxic people, people that don't motivate you, people that are hindering your growth, people that don't feed you for more positive, more people, places to fit, family, whoever. These are just situations here, people that are not here for you, and 9 times out of 10 it usually be family. So to detach from toxic people who hinder your growth, you can set clear boundaries. Gradually limit your interactions. Prioritize self-care. Seek support from positive people. Learn to say no. And if necessary, completely cut off contact, while focusing on actively building healthier relationships that nurture your well-being. I know, yes, that way, exactly. I know for a fact, like it said, the main thing that it says, and let me write this down for you guys as a banner, right? It says, if you constantly, I'm just going to write this down so when we move forward, you guys know what we're talking about. If you constantly associate with mediocre people, I just put mediocre. They didn't say that on here, but since we talk about mediocre, your success journey will be short-lived. Okay. Okay. It's like, think about yourself as that fruit. It only takes one bad fruit to fuck up the whole bunch. That's mediocre. That's mediocre people. And you have to do an assessment with people in your life and see what is the pros and cons of this relationship. What is the pros and cons of our relationship? What does it serve me? What does it build? What am I getting? Is it a one-way situation where I'm the one that's encouraging you? Or is it a both interactive relationship where we're both adding and building with each other? You get what I'm saying? So let's talk about the first one that I wrote down, identifying the toxicity. That assessment when it comes down to people that are in your life right now, definitely before we hit 2025. Recognize the behaviors that are harmful and understand how they impact you emotionally. So when you're dealing with certain people, right, family, friends, doesn't matter. How do you feel when you're around them? How does it impact you emotionally? How does it impact your behaviors? What does it bring when you're around certain people? Do you start getting fidgety? Do you start getting agitated? Do you start feeling anxiety? Do you feel like this person is trying to put you down? Do you feel like these people are not supportive? You get what I'm saying? Like, these are people that this is certain things that you really have to analyze, identify, self-assessing, who's around and why they're around. What is the purpose? Some people are around you because they see you as a doormat. They just see you as somebody here that's always going to listen, that's always going to tell them positive things, but they never really listen. Those are mediocre people. And just like it says here, if you constantly associate it with mediocre people, your success will be short-lived. If you don't want a short-lived success, then you need to really reassess, right? Setting firm boundaries, clearly communicate your expectations and limitations to the toxic person and stick to them. If you are able to, if you can, some mediocre people, you can't communicate. You can't communicate, all right? some people, you have to just cut them off. You have to cut them off, family included. If that means that you can't, I'm saying you can, but how does it make you feel when you start going to these places, when you go to those parties, when you go to these, whatever, when you go to the Christmas parties, when you go to the New Year's Eve parties, when you go to Thanksgiving, it brings this energy of why am I doing this? Setting firm boundaries also means the next step that I'm saying, limit contact. Limit contact. Gradually reduce the amount of time you spend with toxic people, whether it's on the phone, texts, or in-person interactions, right? So let's say if you live with someone here, you can't really just exit them out, but you could definitely put boundaries when it comes down to how much you're interacting with this person. If you have a roommate that you feel like isn't very negative, toxic, then you need to first off identify the feeling. Okay, this person is not conducive to my growth. If I stay in this environment, or if I stay around this person, then my success journey will be short-lived. So I have to now think about another plan. You want to set those firm boundaries, not answering the phone. I'll call you back until they realize that you don't want to talk to them. When it comes down to communications, you keep it very short. You keep it very demure. You keep it as simple as possible until you set those firm boundaries. Okay, limited contacts. Like I said, phone calls, texts, in-person interactions, all of that. I agree. They do. Practice assertive communication, which we just spoke about. Learn to say no, politely but firmly when necessary. Some people, definitely they mediocre, they don't understand that. Definitely if they're family, they feel like you should do it when you want to do it. Some people have known you all your life, and now that you're changing, now that you're growing, they don't respect your boundaries. So when you come to a sense of, okay, I'm putting up these boundaries, I'm saying no, and people still don't take that respect, then that's another sign that you need to cut this person off completely. Just because you cut them off completely doesn't mean that you need to cut them off forever. But it needs to be a clear boundary that you need to respect me. You need to respect my space. You need to respect me. You need to respect what I got going on. Don't engage in arguments. Okay? Avoid getting drawn into heated debates or emotional manipulation tactics. Let's look up what is emotional manipulation tactics here. Wow, this shit popped up on Google quick. Emotional manipulation is a form of psychological abuse that involves using tactics to control and establish power over another person. Some common emotional manipulation tactics includes guilt tripping. A manipulator uses guilt or feelings of responsibility to control their victim. For example, a team member might constantly remind others of their sacrifices for them. Gaslighting. A manipulator causes their victim to doubt themselves and their beliefs by distorting reality or lying. Sounds a lot about family, right? Sounds a lot like family. Love bombing. A manipulator quickly escalates affection to gain trust and make themselves the most important person in the victim's life. Isolation. A manipulator controls where the victim goes, who they talk to, in what they read, listen, or watch. Silent treatment. A manipulator uses silence as a form of punishment or manipulation to send a message that certain actions or words are unacceptable. This is on the spectrum, because depending on what you're dealing with, silence is key. Like it says here, don't engage in arguments, meaning it's good to be silent, because sometimes the silence is the best thing than to argue, right? It says here, don't get drawn into heated debates or emotional manipulation tactics. Playing the victim. A manipulation or narcissistic tactic, whatever one. And this is specifically in this is a diagnosis book. Brother King Simon gave me this, and this is for psychology. This exactly is called manipulation. What is it? Emotional manipulation. All right, tactics, which is also a form of psychology, mind tricks. So we could go into narcissism in another video, but this one is like right there to narcissism, basically. Playing victim. A manipulator acts as a victim to elicit guilt and compliance. Dark clouds. A manipulator displays overt unhappiness to gain attention and sympathy. Emotional blackmail. How many of us know this? A manipulator threatens self-harm or makes dramatic scenes to get compliance. Playing the martyr. A manipulation acts as if they are always sacrificing for others. Okay, so these are some red flags when it comes down to manipulation tactics. And like it said, don't get drawn into heated debates or emotional manipulation tactics. But that comes with your own emotional control. Once you are able to identify that these are toxic people, these are people that's not positive, they're not adding, they're subtracting, they're making you feel certain things that you know that you're questioning. If you know you have been doing the work, if you know that you have been trying to heal, you've been doing the healing, you have been doing the best that you can, then those are not the people that you want to be around. That's not a positive person. There's a saying by Les Brown. I'm just paraphrasing this, but it says, see a person for who they will be and not who they are now, because that's what they will be. So I'm gonna paraphrase that. I'm gonna just break it down in my saying. I don't ever really speak on somebody's situation now. I always speak to them as if they already are where they're at, because then you will see that and you will be that. But if you tell me everything that I'm not, and then you are bringing back things from my past, then how can you see me for who I am, and how can you see me for my future? That is the parallel between people that have known you in the past and the people that don't know you, right? So like the great thing about meeting new people is that you get to mold that expectation. You get to bring in and kind of not manipulate, but you merge them to how you want them to interact with you. But when you talk to people from your family or long-term friends that have known you and known maybe the fucked up side of you, right? That you've done crazy things but you overcame that. But they always bringing up the past. You need to remove them completely. That's it. Okay, definitely if we are talking about our success journey will be short-lived if we do not remove ourselves from mediocre people. Remember, mediocre says not good. Like one of the people said, dead weight. It's dead weight. Where you at? Yeah. Cosmic Goddess says dead weight, basically. Yes. It's dead weight. Mediocrity is dead weight. They always bring up the old. Yes, Melinda. They always will. You know why they do that? Because they know that you're doing better. They know that you want to go better. You want to do better with your life. So these people, and that's why this 12 universal law of success, because we're talking about success, our success journey, speaks about removing the people at the bottom. And not saying that you're better than them, but when you're mediocre, that means that you're not at your highest peak. You're not at your apex yet. You got what I'm saying? Like, you're not even trying. You okay with being mediocre because it's comfortable. It's more harder to be different because everybody's talking about you. Nobody doesn't want to be talked about. So they would rather conform to mediocrity than to actually conform to something that feels good to them. Yes, order this book, 12 Universal Law of Success. They also have it in PDF form. Okay. Prioritize activities that promote your mental and emotional well-being, like exercise, relaxation, techniques, and hobbies, right? We already know it's really important for us to do that. I'll definitely let you guys know when my book is available on Amazon, so you guys could get that book as well, because it goes hand in hand. See, the reason why I made my book is to really be able to assess not just you, but the people around you. I'm all about self-assessment, hence the psychology book, right? This is a clinical cases diagnosis guides, okay, to be able to see where you're at. Okay, you'll be surprised, but a lot of us is mentally all fucked up. We're not going to see a therapist, but then we're adding more stress from other people's shit. So it's good to start to break shit down. Okay, how am I feeling? Reassess yourself as well. Assess your friends, assess your family, assess everybody. Okay. All right. Build a social. This is really important. Definitely when you're going into your success journey, build a support system. Now, when you start to strip away, right? One of the things that it says, once you break away from the mediocre crowd, accept the temporary state of loneliness. It's only temporary. So what happens is that spirit wants to know if you're willing to make the sacrifice so you could be able to find your true support system. You removing yourself and not becoming mediocre is the reason why you're going to find your support system. For instance, when I had dropped my ebook and made it into a physical copy, I had told my family, and a lot of the family members were very quiet. They didn't even say congratulations. That day, I think the next day I decided I wanted to go and start to do my book signing, and literally it's like one door closed. I decided to like release some of my family members because I felt like they wasn't supporting me. And as soon as I did that, it was like mad doors open. I got so much support from Brother King Simon, Brother Rich, Lloyd Strayhorn, all of these amazing successful people. And so that's what happens when you're willing to take that sacrifice and be like, I'm cutting off the mediocrity, people that are mediocre in my life, to be able to step into my wholeness, into my success journey. Then that temporary feeling of being alone is different. Exactly. So it's all about us not seeing the loneliness is just temporary. Right, it's temporary. The loneliness is only temporary. All right. And then prepare for your success, prepare for your support system, right? So another thing about it is like when you know that you're doing really well, or you're trying to you're getting yourself out of this. You decide, okay, I'm gonna cut off these people. I did the reassessment. I listened to Paris. I'm gonna do the assessment here, and then you're alone, right? So now this is a perfect time to start writing down, doing the vision boards, right? Go to more classes, courses, let's do seminars, going to seminars that you could find like-minded people. So you finding me on YouTube or wherever you found me at is perfect. You can go into a vision board webinar, right? What we're doing, you're going to meet more people, going into a Patreon, finding a support system, finding a mentor. These are things that will really help you on your success journey. I highly recommend, if not mentor, finding a group of people that is going to help you support you and what is it that you got going on. Okay. Surround yourself with positive, supportive people who can offer encouragement and validation. It is so important to be validated. It does not mean that you're needy. It means that what you're doing, you're getting, you know how better it is to feel, to hear, you are doing well. I'm proud of you. Congratulations. Those little things can make a ripple effect and can help people and can help them grow. So it's not about you feeling needy. Oh, I know. It's you needing the support, you having a positive support system, than to have a negative support system. People telling you the fear tactics, the manipulation tactics. Oh, I wouldn't do that because I heard Uncle Tom did this and then it happened to this. That's negative reinforcement. That's negative stuff that we don't need. That's fear. Okay. Seek professional help. Like I said, doing that, seeking this professional help is so important.
Something happened.
What happened? Hold on, y'all. Sorry, y'all. That was my daughter. Yes, mentorships. Mentorships is really good. Getting mentor, getting somebody here that can help you. Like I said, finding the support system would be really good. Important key points to remember when it comes down to removing yourself from people at the bottom, the mediocre people. Be patient with yourself. Be patient. Detaching from toxic people can take time. And it's okay to experience some discomfort during the process. Do you know how uncomfortable it is to detach yourself from something here that possibly has been there for a long time? When you do a cord cutting, people think cord cutting is beautiful. It's not. Cord cuttings are like it's painful. Sometimes I've had clients that they done my cord cuttings and literally like they're physically sick. They're sick because there's so much attachments that we have to people, and it hurts. Like literally, it could hurt when you're cutting that cord, just like you cut the umbilical cord. It's the same thing. So have patience with yourself. First things first, don't ever look back. Unless, like I said, if there's like a family member, you give them a few months, you give them a year, 2 years, whatever, and then you go back and you communicate with them, but you also set those boundaries. That's different. But if it's somebody here that intentionally is negative and that's intentionally trying to throw you off, don't look back. Don't look back, and have patience with yourself because it's hard. It is hard. Yes, it's extremely hard. Don't feel guilty. This is a big one. Feeling guilty for cutting people off. It's not your responsibility to fix someone else's behavior. Prioritize your own well-being. I feel like a lot of people, they get caught up in the mediocrity and their success gets short-lived because they feel guilty. People make them feel guilty. People make them feel like they are wrong. People make them feel like they are doing too much, and you're not. You're following your gut feeling. You're following something here that you feel that is going to be right for you, and don't feel guilty for doing what you have to do. You're last. is protecting your energy. If you want the success, you must protect your energy. Be mindful of how interacting with toxic people drains your emotions, energy, your emotional energy, your physical energy, right? If you know that you're going to be around family, or you know you're going to be around a toxic environment, you don't know who's going to be there, always cover your head. Doesn't matter if you have no hair, doesn't matter if you have long hair, cover your head, okay? So it won't penetrate your crown, okay? So before I get off of this, I really want to just break down the 9 rules. This is a good book, y'all. Y'all better get up on this, okay? By Herbert Harris. The first rule to becoming successful, it says do not procrastinate. Do not wait until all conditions are right to become a success. You could wait the rest of your life. Believe that you will always possess the understanding, courage, and self-confidence to take action. Realize that procrastination is a state of mind. Number 2, do it now. Take the first steps. There's always something you can do right now to move closer to your success. Use need, desire, and ambition and attitude to motivate yourself to immediate action. Overcome thoughts of helplessness, limitation, lack, negativity, or failure. Number 3, stand on your own 2 feet. Do not depend on anyone or anything for your success. They may be depending on you. You know these people. Hold on, let me finish this. I'm about to chat. Believe that you already have everything you need to get everything you want. You should become independent as a part of your interdependence. It says here, do not depend on anyone or anything for your success. They may be depending on you. Do you know those mediocre people are usually depending on you as much as they act like they're not? That's why they say stand on your own 2 feet. Do not fear failure. To fail proves that you are trying. Every failure is a dress rehearsal for success. Every opportunity for success also contains the possibility for failure. Learn from your mistakes and failures. Concentrate on your possibilities for success. Number 5, do not sell yourself cheaply. You are worth exactly what you say you are worth. Know your full potential and the true value of your talents. Recognize that you are a very special individual with boundless capacity for health, wealth, happiness, love, success, prosperity, and money. Number 6, develop the success habit of being goal-oriented. Set realistic goals. Determine what must be done to attain your goals. Make plans for their attainment. Number 7, visualize your goals and believe you can attain them. This is what real supportive people do. When I tell you, me, the Patreon family, we are heavily on not just setting our goals, but attaining them and holding each other accountable. That is positive support systems. Accountability. It's not breaking you down, it's holding you to your word. That is very supportive. People that see more, that want you to do more, push you to be better. See each goal clearly in the great detail in your mind. Develop a sensory relationship with your goals. Number 8, plan your work and work your plan. Analyze your goal. Write down each and every action that must be performed to accomplish your goal. Make a plan for its attainment. Prepare a time schedule for the performance of each action. Last but not least, do not quit. To quit demonstrates your own lack of belief in yourself. Winners never quit, and quitters never win. That's the difference between you and a mediocre person. When you get to the end of the rope, tie a knot and hang on. Be prepared to do whatever it takes for as long as it takes. I'm going to leave this with you guys. To go back to the beginning. Removing yourself from the bottom also means that you must know who you are. That's why I read those. You have to know your worth. You have to know that your price is going up. You have to know that my time, my value, where I'm at, I value. I value your time. I value your energy. And I appreciate and want more of it. So I'm going to make sure that I invest in you so you can invest in me. That's support. That's support. So please, if you can, share this with a friend. There's many of us that's going through this right now where we need to remove ourselves from people at the bottom. But I want to say mediocre people. We are moving ourselves from mediocre people because, like it says here, your success journey will be short-lived. We don't want a short-lived success journey. We want a long-lived success journey. And we're going to do everything we can to get that, right? Right. Thank you so much for everybody that tuned in. I trust that this will do well. Please go get this book, 12 Universal Law of Success. Also, go check out my book. Put it in your Amazon cart right now. This is my book, Breaking Barriers, a guided journal for emotional and mental growth. Okay, it will help you reassess, right? The relationships that you have, what kind of relationships are you having, why, where you're at, why do you have these relationships? And like I said, a lot of this came from a lot of the psychology books that I've been reading. Okay, so please go share with a friend. I love you guys. Peace and love, and I'll speak to you guys later.